My name is Valkia, and I've been streaming since February 2015, and this is my 1-point-something year documentary. To be precise, it's 1 year and 9 months, but the reason for the title is because I was supposed to make one at 1 year. This documentary follows up the first one I made and published on the 9th of August 2015, with an overview of my first 6 months into streaming. As a quick recap, I spoke on that video about the good and the bad times, my golden rules into streaming, along with some testimonials from my viewers. The purpose of this new documentary, the same as the old one, is to share my experiences and what other streamers can achieve. This kind of goes through what events I've attended, what opportunities I've had up to now in my streaming career. I hope you enjoy it. So let's roll back to August 2015, just after I posted my 6 months documentary video. I had loads of great feedback. I inspired streamers who were already streaming, streamers who quit and kind of found the motivation to go back. And it was just based off my own experiences from streaming. So it was really heartwarming to find that people kind of really took the video, not as a, hey, this is what I've achieved, but hey, this is what you can achieve video. And this is kind of what I want to reflect in this new video as well, to show what I've done and kind of say, you know, this isn't just limited to me. You know, if you do the same things or you put the same work in, this could also be you too. Lucky for me, when I posted the video on the Twitch Reddit, Blacklight Attack from Twitch, aka Nick Jenkins, saw the video and he was like, wow, this is great. This is kind of the personality, this is the education that we need in our community at Twitch. And from that video, I was able to earn my Twitch partnership, which was, for any streamer, you know, one of the best days. I was so happy that I was able to get partnered and kind of continue and start my new journey as a partnered streamer. The documentary was also featured on Twitch Weekly, which I'm honored about as well. This is like a weekly show which recaps anything cool that's been going on Twitch or around Twitch, hosted by some really cool Twitch employees. That was just like a nice boost to think that, you know, I've done something right, and they spoke about how it was great for other streamers as well. So the key message that I wanted with that documentary kind of got across, which was really nice. So it's really important that I talk about the bad things on Twitch, as in, not every time when you're streaming on Twitch is a great time. So we got to make sure that we don't paint the picture as everything is always milestones and goals. And, you know, there are periods of time where if you have lower viewers, if you have, you know, you find it frustrating to stream, it's normal. Like, it's, you know, it's just part of streaming on Twitch. You know, you'll get times where you'll have loads of viewers and then a lot of viewers will disappear, and then you'll build a viewer base and then that will disappear and you'll build a new one, and it's kind of like a rotating cycle. So don't feel disheartened, don't shy away if, you know, you're going through a rough patch, because it's not, you know, it's not unusual, it's normal. And what you have to do when you're going through this period of time is sit back and say, hey, what can I do to improve my stream? Where is potentially something going wrong? Can I improve my stream? Can I buy a new piece of hardware? Can I think of something more fun and interactive? How about I do betting on the stream, and you know, in terms of like just virtual currency, something which you might think could trigger more people to come along and stay and enjoy the stream. Streaming can be tough. It's a dynamic world out there where anything can change so rapidly, and around November to kind of February time, I had like a lower point on my stream. I was playing a popular game, it was very hard to grow in, and as a variety streamer, there was hundreds of thousands of games to play, but I didn't really know what to play. I don't know, you know, and I'm sure other variety streamers can agree with that sometimes it can get a little bit tricky. You go through a period like, what should I play? And you just kind of don't really know. And yeah, it was a difficult time, but one of the most important things is that I didn't quit, I didn't give up, I didn't say, well, I'm at a low point now, I'm just gonna stop. You know, you grind through these lower points until you kind of are able to lift yourself back up with an opportunity that you found or that you've created for yourself. So every milestone changes from person to person, and for me, I wanted to have a community. I wanted to, you know, grow my channel, grow a community, and at that point it wasn't really happening. So it was kind of like, what have I got to do to kickstart this again? And that's where I decided to stay in one game instead of doing variety, and I took advantage of a game which wasn't even out yet and getting myself prepared and ready for the launch of that game, and I'll talk about that as well. And the game, of course, that I'm talking about is Overwatch. So in September 2015, I flew out to TwitchCon San Francisco. So for me, it was about like a 10-hour flight. But But I said, if I'm gonna do this properly, if I want to get embedded within the, the broadcasting Twitch community, I'm gonna go to the events. I'm gonna, make the effort to go, because if I'm gonna dedicate myself to do this, I want to make sure that I'm in it for everything. And it was a really good decision, and as part of going there, it's about networking. So networking is really important with streaming, whether it be making friends with other broadcasters, so you could do co-op streams, or companies that you might work with in the future, or even Twitch staff, Twitch employees, the people who can make the opportunities for you. Hey, you met somebody at an event, hey, one day they'll drop you an email, oh, we met at this event and you said you were really interested in this, how about this, we have this opportunity. You never know what's going to happen, and that stuff does happen. It's very real. So in San Francisco, I had a really good time. We went with a bunch of UK streamers, so it wasn't just me on my own, and I was able to meet some viewers, some other broadcasters that I've been wanting to meet, such as Scudpunk. I spoke about him in my 6 months documentary video, and I said, this guy's gonna do really well. I love his streams, and since then, to this day, his stream has absolutely rocketed. He's done so well for himself. Back then he wasn't partner, and now he's just absolutely killed it, which I'm super proud of him. So it's just really nice to see that kind of progression, and to meet the people and to feel that you're part of the community. And one of the best things is, after TwitchCon's over and you get back, everybody's super motivated. Everybody's, they're like, oh, I've just been to TwitchCon, I've just met all these really amazing streamers, and went to all these panels and I learned so much. And then at the time, they always announce new things, so the keynotes with what's changing with Twitch. Everybody's like super pumped to make the most of it. And if you're going to spend all that money to get there, I'm not sure where you live, but for me, it cost me quite a bit of money. I'm going to make sure that I take something from that event, and that I can say, I learned something, I did something, and I'm going to achieve something new from that. And I like to kind of set my goals between each TwitchCon. So yeah, that was a really fun time that I had at TwitchCon 2015. In November 2015, I was invited to the Twitch headquarters in London to do a 24-hour stream for Macmillan Cancer. This was a great opportunity to network with the UK Twitch staff, but also raise some money for a good cause. It was a bunch of UK streamers that went to the headquarters, and we did some challenges for 24 hours, including gaming, and there was forfeits like cracking eggs on heads and waxing legs and that kind of stuff. It was a load of fun, but it felt good, and it felt like progression into my broadcasting career, and feeling like, again, becoming more of a part of something. And this was because I showed interest in wanting to do events, and getting myself out there and saying, hey, if there's something going on, let me know about it. And because of that, I was able to get involved in some of the events which went on. In January 2016, I had another message from Blacklight Attack saying, Valkia, we want you to be the first Twitch Spotlight of the year. And at first I kind of didn't really know what that was, but after a bit of research, the Twitch Spotlight basically meant that Twitch were helping to promote some streamers who they liked, who may need a little bit of exposure, may need a little bit of help. And I was super honored to be the first one of the year. I was like, wow, this is crazy, this is amazing, and it really gave you motivation, especially at that period of time when I had the kind of my low period. And this was because of the documentary I made, my first one, before I was partnered, just when I was a streamer and doing my thing and making the documentary, because I wanted to share my experience. And I said, there wasn't really a documentary like mine, or a short video, just kind of saying, what people have done to that point. And because of that video, it then spiraled on, and I was able to get another opportunity. So you never know what you do today, where it will land you tomorrow, or who's going to see it. So I had a really good time. It was a week. I had, front page on Twitch, and the exposure I got, and I got loads of new people into chat, and it was just a really good experience, and like a nice little taste of what you can have. So again, super grateful to Twitch for that, but it's more, this is an opportunity you can have based off something else that you may do. So the Spotlight gave a great amount of exposure, and we gained a load of new friends, but it wasn't like we instantly boosted up to 100 viewers. You know, out of the spotlight, I was able to keep a few of them to this day. We still have some hanging around. But it wasn't, you know, I still have to work. That was just like a nice little Kickstarter. And I was still at my period like, what am I playing? I still don't know what to play, and I needed to change up. So as a variety streamer, I said, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try one game. And luckily enough, Overwatch was just about to come out, and I had the beta access to it. And so I started playing. I'm like, this game's got a load of potential. So what I did is I came up with a plan around Overwatch. I said, right, this is what I'm going to do. So first of all, I'm going to make YouTube videos. I'm going to make tutorials. I'm going to make content which people might not be able to access because they might not have the beta. So that's number one. Second of all, I'm going to make sure I promote my Twitch on these videos. And during the time making the videos, uploading them, the YouTube channel started to do pretty well. And what was happening is I was getting people from YouTube coming into my Twitch to kind of come and watch the live gameplay. So I thought this is actually working out, you know, really nicely and really well. So that's where it started to kind of kick off on the one game. I said, this is going to be easier for me to kind of get somewhere. I love the game. I'm having loads of fun. And we were, you know, gaining loads of new people every day. And it was just, you know, a really great feeling that I was able to kind of have a plan, figure out something in which I was having a great time, you know, the core of streaming, having fun, you're playing games, and that you're able to kind of start building an audience. However, this was no easy task. I was making a YouTube video every single day, along with streaming every single day and having a full-time job. I was struggling to find the hours to put into it, but the thing is, I found it because I wanted it so much. The motivation kept me going, and, you know, I was able to complete that, do a video every single day, and do my streams too. So the difference for me between streaming one game and streaming a variety of games is with one game, you kind of have people who will like the game and come back every day for the game, but also, you know, you'll have the people who are there because they like you. With variety, you'll have people who will like you and like the game, but as soon as you switch game, the people who just kind of want to watch that one game will disappear. And that's why building up on variety is harder. It's, you know, it can be fun because you're trying out all loads of different games, and some people are very successful at it, but in my eyes, in my personal opinion, I find it was harder to grow in variety than it has been on the single game. So that was kind of my starting point in which I really felt like this stream was going to grow, and I said, this is a really good opportunity here. So I continued to pump out YouTube videos, all these tutorials, carried on streaming, and luckily Blizzard saw one of my videos, or a few of my videos, and they said, hey, you know, this guy is really putting effort in, and they offered me the streamer spotlight on the Battle.net application, and it was crazy. Now that was kind of the beginning of when my stream started to kick off. So Blizzard saw it because of the effort I put in on the YouTube stuff, and they gave me the opportunity to promote my stream through the Battle.net client to millions of people, and I was like, wow, this is just an insane opportunity. You know, this is really good. And, you know, I knew nobody from Blizzard, and it was just, I got an email one day and follow from the Twitter community manager Kiki for Overwatch, and they're like, hey, you know, we like your stuff, how about we do something and we help promote your stream? I'm like, well, I'm not going to say no to that, am I, Blizzard? No, definitely not. So I was super, you know, it was overwhelming, and from that I started to build a great community, and the spotlight was really good because it was like a condensed, focused amount of people who, you know, they liked Overwatch, they loved Overwatch, and so I started to build that up, and it was good. So the big leap came in July 2016. I said to myself, if I want to become a full-time broadcaster, I've got to make the leap from my job to full-time broadcasting. And I said to myself, if I'm ever going to do it, the time is probably going to be now. And if I don't do it now, I probably never will. I've got no ties. The streams were doing pretty okay. So I said, right, let's go for it. So I worked 6 years at a big computer company called Overclockers UK as marketing manager, PR and partnerships manager, graphic designer. So I had the skills I needed to meet people, to do my designs, to improve how everything is going to be and look. And through my time at the company, I was also able to meet some really awesome people, which, you know, in the future might be able to help with the stream. So on the 15th of July 2016, I quit my job in light of full-time streaming, and it was a gamble, but at the moment it's paying off, you know. But it was pretty scary, I'd say, at the time, not knowing what was gonna happen, if the streams were just gonna dive. But what I did know is that I'd have more time to put into the streams, so they couldn't really do any worse in my eyes. You know, they could only kind of go up. I've got more time to invest, I'm going to stream for a longer time. I've got more time to improve the stream, to network. And I thought to myself, I'm just going to give it a go, because sometimes in life you just have to say to yourself, just do it. You know, and you just got to go for it. You just got to have the balls and just do it. And I'm really glad that I did. Soon after leaving my job, it was time to move house again. I had Emily, Queenie, living with me, and she was underneath the stairs streaming, and it wasn't the best environment. It was kind of like a one-person apartment. So we needed to find a house which had 3 large rooms, 2 studios, and a bedroom, and we found the perfect place. It's, you know, 3 square rooms, a living room, an amazing kitchen, and, you know, I'm really happy that we were able to find somewhere which we could kind of sit in and feel home. And, you know, we have our offices where we do our work, and then we have a living room which we can chill out in. But overall, it's improvements, and that's what I'm always looking for. For example, this microphone arm came today because I'm always looking to improve the stream somehow, something different, something new. And back on my 6 months documentary video, I said what I did when I came home from work every day. I'd sit at my stream and like say to myself, what could I do to improve it? Could I change a graphic? Can I do a new video? Can I promote somewhere new? And it was always that constant cycle of, you know, wanting to improve and make things better. And that's what you've got to kind of get your mindset into if you want to really take your stream to the next level. And just constantly try and think to yourself, you know, what is it that people, you know, want? What is it that I enjoy? What is it that I can do to my stream that, you know, will make me happy and that will, you know, drive some awesome interest. So yeah, constant cycle of improving has always been something that I love, and, you know, it's something which I highly recommend to do as well. So what I've done since moving house is that I've been attending more events. I went to Insomnia 58, which is a UK gaming festival, UK LAN event, because I was invited by Twitch to do some Overwatch streaming on their Twitch stage, which was really cool. One of the highlights of my streaming career is that I was invited to play Overwatch on stage at TwitchCon 2016 with the likes of Lyric and Tim the Tatman, in which we just had a 6v6 battle, and it was a load of fun. We had a huge audience, and, you know, I had a really good time. And these are opportunities because I've been doing my Overwatch stuff. You know, Twitch said, hey, we want somebody who's streaming Overwatch, somebody who is up and coming, somebody who's growing, you know, and I'm really grateful for those opportunities. And this all spirals back to me saying to myself, right, Overwatch is coming out, and I'm going to put everything I've got into trying to get as much content out there for Overwatch, you know, get myself known for Overwatch and try and build a great community around Overwatch. And with the leap of leaving work and the gamble, you know, and putting everything into it, I feel like I've achieved quite a lot. And, you know, you get out what you put in. I put in, you know, hundreds and hundreds of hours streaming, and it's kind of like a constant loop of always doing something around it, even when you're not streaming. I'm sure other streamers feel this, you know, you feel good like you should be streaming because when you're not live, but what else is important is that you do live a life which is away from streaming too, and where you can go and relax and just chill out and just watch a film and live that real life as well. And it's something which I felt has helped me, because when you stream so much you kind of get a little bit tunnel vision. But I've had some great highlights of that. I also took part in the 2016 Macmillan Cancer Support. So we did, a year later, we did it again, raising some big money for charity. And that was really great because, you know, helping a good cause, playing video games, what could be better, really. So all these great opportunities, and making sure that you get involved in stuff you're gonna be asked to do more and more. So where are we today? Back when I did my 6-month documentary, I was just about to hit 10k. So now we are about just over 30k, we're about 33,000 followers, and about 600 subs. So taking the gamble to leave my work has really paid off. At the moment, you know, I'm doing okay. Between me and Emily, we can pay the bills, and we're going to continue to grow that and grow, you know, the subs and get the support in. Because when you do go full time, you know, I don't like asking for money, but the thing is, with the subs and the support you get, you know, you have to do it to be able to do this full time. So you can't really shy away from it. Otherwise, you just can't live from it and you can't continue doing the dream. How long will it last? I don't know. I'm going to make it last as long as I can. Could be doing it forever. Who knows? But right now, in this day and time, and, you know, it's fun. And I was a person once who was watching streamers saying, I could do that. You know, I could be that person streaming. I could be that full-time streamer. I could make a living from streaming, and I'm gonna prove to myself that I can do it. So, you know, I thought this kind of stuff was reserved for other people, but I've proved to myself that I can do it. And if you're an aspiring streamer and you're a broadcaster which really wants to do well, and you're gonna put the time, the effort in, and you're motivated, you can do it. You can do. All you got to do is just do it. And that's pretty much it. So what I want to say is a massive thank you to my community, the guys who have supported me, the day one subs, the people who lurk, the people who've been there from the very beginning. And, you know, a huge thank you for helping me achieve my dream, but also a big thank you to people who aren't part of my community, but, you know, part of somebody else's community, because you might be doing more for that streamer than you know. Just by being in their stream, just by watching, you're helping build that community and that streamer's dream more than you might know. Yeah, I'm totally not editing this while I'm making the video, promise. Don't look at my face.